Hey fearsome friends, I've got something special for you all today. I'd like to introduce the great Father Fearsome. He wrote and is narrating a short story for you, and I hope you will all enjoy it. So sit back, relax, and get cozy, comfy, warm, because it's time to let your nightmares in.
Bill Edwards sat in the small farm kitchen within the cottage he had been born and lived in for over 6 years. The 6th generation of his family, and probably the last. He and his wife May had not had children. Tonight, as he sat on his own in front of the crackling log fire, he watched the flames licking and spitting as the wood burned. May had gone to the next village to visit her sister and would not be back for 3 days. He'd received a letter from her, but had not got round to opening it yet. It would do for later. As he sat ruminating, he started to think of the legend that his father had spoken of, and his father before him going back into the mists of time. The Crawndon, a beast that ripped people apart should you be unlucky enough to meet it. Roaming the moors at night in winter, living off its victims until the spring, when it would return to its lair for 6 months until the autumn. It supposedly would also try to gain entry into houses if unable to find enough meat. Bill felt a pang of fear as his imagination ran riot. Outside, the December night gave off its worst. The wind howled like a demented banshee. Bill got up and looked through the curtains, and the light from the room showed a fierce blizzard raging. No one in their right mind would venture out in this. What was that? A shuffling could be heard outside. Bill froze in cold terror. There it was again. Bill walked over to the cabinet in the corner, his hands shaking as he unlocked it, and grabbing the double-barreled shotgun, he checked it was loaded. The gun shook as he pointed both barrels at the front door. Bang! Bang! The blast punched massive holes in the door, and something slid slowly down it. A low moaning, then silence. He tentatively opened the latch. The door lurched open as Bill gazed down at the bloodied body of his wife, May. The gun had ripped her middle open, and she was nearly in two. Crying out with an anguished wailing, he stumbled to the dresser. Opening the drawer, he took out 2 gun cartridges and reloaded. Placing both barrels in his mouth, he pulled the triggers. Blood and brains spattered the wall behind him as he slumped to the floor. If only he'd read May's letter, he would have known she was coming home that night. The Crawndon feasted well and heartily, and returned to his lair to rest.
Hey, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed my video. And if you did, could you please give me virtual hugs by subscribing and clicking that notifications button. I also have a Patreon page and YouTube channel membership if you'd like to support me further. Thank you again for being here. Keep being creepy.